Boom. Part number two. It's impossible to
Boom.
to boom. Okay, awakening. This is the key word. Sweetheart, is there awakening? What is awakening?
Well, you wouldn't think so because I was just reading something today that someone wrote and they said there's no such thing as enlightenment. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, whatever. What is it?
Awakening, enlightenment?
What is it?
It's an idea. This
No.
is what will you ask me, sweetheart?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me.
Well, in a way, you are
Go on, you answer it. I want you to do
that
more of the
I don't
answering. Look, why am I
actually.
the one who's doing all the talking? Come on.
Oh no, because I'm curious just to see what kind of terms you're using, like with the natural reality and blah blah blah. Awakening. So this is that's it. If we call it awakening, okay, cool. If we call this enlightenment, yeah, nice. Why not?
Well, I missed it. What happened? I missed that.
Well,
It's got.
no way to miss it, sweetheart. It's the whole time booming. So no, so
Actually, I think what you're talking about is duality, not non-duality.
okay.
Because you're saying there is this, and the this you're referring to is a dualistic experience. I just realized all of these people I'm referring to, they should be called radical dualists, not non-dualists.
I guess radical non-duality implies radical duality.
Oh,
It's
well,
it
well,
goes
that's a new
together.
one.
It
No,
goes
I didn't
together,
make that
sweetheart.
leap. Oh well, yeah, well, that's
It,
interesting, but
but it always
it,
goes together. So we can
it's
say
it seems to me, you see, if you're if you're becoming very hyper aware,
for aware.
if you're yeah, I better do most of the talking because your cough is coming back now.
Okay.
Um, if you're very hyper aware and you're getting into this mind state about oh, there's just this, it's a magic show. I won't tell you whose phrase that is, but anyway, it's a magic show. It's just this. It's aliveness. It's just
Unconditional love.
no, 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 no. Don't. That's a complication you're introducing there. But just
Sorry.
this. This is something what I perceive. I think. I'm aware of. This is duality. This is just promoting the subject object relationship, which is duality. So when I talk about non-duality, it's what is prior to you even being able to say there's this. What I'm talking about comes before you can even say there is already this.
Doesn't this imply separation? Something which is coming before and after. Time.
It sounds like it, doesn't it? But it's not. It's not. Because there's a kind of cosmic game you have to play, and you have to accept that the way to non duality is from duality. So, what you have to do is you have to begin by believing you're the person that you think you are, this separate person who suffers. You have to start with that and act as an individual with the free will to make choices, to make decisions, to totally identify as that ego. See, the best way to get rid of ego is to begin with a very strong ego, very stable ego. So, having been in that situation, having having reconciled yourself to the fact that you are an individual who is capable of making decisions, you then have to accept that you're an individual who can practice, so do some spiritual practice, you see, like self inquiry or meditation. You fully accept that as someone who is doing something, but the practice is taking you to a non doing. the doing is going to take you to non-doing.
I cannot see a difference between doing or no doing. It's the same.
I understand that. I understand that. But nevertheless, that
It's
is the
just
reality.
it's just flipping the coin. So here
That
is
is yeah, that I understand why you would say that. But I'm telling you that the non-doing is well, what we referred to right at the beginning when I experienced that for the first time when I was 9 years old. That was a non-doing.
okay, Tony, sweetheart. What about what about the simplicity of what is simple, direct? Um,
Yes, yes, everything is essentially very simple.
um, what would you say changed? Uh, would you say that you awakened or you are an enlightened human being? Would you say such thing?
What happened is that over many years, I experienced this state of silence, stillness. That was, you could say, that's the goal of practice. So, if I were to define meditation, it would be to say it's to experience non-dual awareness, where the doer disappears. There's no more doing. There is just stillness, absolute stillness, absolute silence. But that's a temporary state. So when you finish doing your meditation, you go back into your normal life and your
But
normal
also doing
activity,
meditation is doing.
and then you
Sweetheart,
identify as a person.
meditation is doing. When I'm sitting in order to, I would say, escape life, impossible,
It
but let's just
begins,
put
yes,
it.
it begins with doing.
It's full on doing. It's
If
oh
I
my
if I
gosh.
if I were to teach you, then you would understand what I'm talking about. But it starts off with a doing. It starts off with a doing, but that doing disappears
Uh-huh. Okay.
along with the doer, and there is just silence without a doer.
But wouldn't you
But you,
agree?
you, you have to understand the mechanics of that, you see.
Wouldn't you agree that I don't know, throughout the day, maybe the main time there is simply no one, very naturally so. That there is simply no one
Let me tell you about let
claiming
me
I'm doing this, I'm thinking, and this just pops in from time to time, referring to yeah,
yes.
my child, my
So
house.
so sorry, what's your point about this?
That in a way, again, what are we talking about? It's this already. It was never not this. Whatever you think this is, that's it. Of the inescapability of what is, the immediacy of what is. In this
Yes,
place,
but Rosa,
always,
that's just reflective thinking. All you're doing is you're just reflectively thinking about your condition and you're giving it an expression. I'm not talking about that. I mean, I never go around thinking, wow, they're all, I never have these thoughts. There is this. I just live my normal life. I never, ever, except in meetings like this and these kinds of discussions, I never think of what I experience in those terms. Never. It's just happening spontaneously.
yeah,
It's just accepted
exactly.
for what it is. But I don't impose on it some kind of structure or philosophy. I don't impose on top of that these ideas that there is only this, that there's no meaning, that there's no one here. I never do that. Never do that. But you see, what I would say is that, you see, what I'm talking about is this stillness, which is really going home. You see, it's like when you open your front door, you come out busy outside, you've had a hard day, you open your front door, you put the key in the door, and then you kind of flop down on the sofa and you go, ah, I'm home. this is my little sanctuary. This is home. That's what it is. That's what stillness is. That's what silence is. This is what pure non-dual awareness is. But then again, as I said, you go back into activity and then you identify again as a separate ego, and then you go back and you experience the same thing again, and you kind of rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So I did that for many years. And so one particular day, about 12 years ago, in the morning, I think it was about 10:30. I finished this meditation session, and I got up and I walked through the kitchen and then out the back into the garden, and I suddenly realized that, you see, something was different. That this stillness, this absolute stillness that I was experiencing during the meditation practice was still there, along with the experience of looking at trees and thinking thoughts, and all of that was happening, but also that stillness was coexisting with it. That was the end of separation in that moment.
This was exactly when I started to when I was confronted for the first time with the terms non-duality. When I heard for the first time about non-duality, this was exactly a teacher like you, and he put it very clear. So he simply claimed himself a teacher and said, "I can help you. You need help, I can help you." It was very obvious that I needed help. That's why I resonated with a teacher who can help me.
Sure. Yeah.
And this is the first step. And then I just loved the way it was playing out. And there was a goal which I wanted to reach. And the goal was exactly like you said, you are already the freedom. You are already home.
But nobody really ever knows the goal.
Yeah, but wait. The goal was like, I will set you free. You want to be freed? I will help you. I will show you because I did it. I am free. I can show you how to become free. So I was like, okay. And I just saw the whole thing and just did some exercises in a way, the thing which was new for me. What hit me was like, what is wrong with what is already? What's wrong with this? So until then, I thought, oh, I'm not feeling good. There is pain in the body. There is something outside going wrong. Well, this I have to fix. This I have to change. And then it's going to be good. And this thing simply stopped. Not from one sec of the, it was a process. But there is simply no more this illusion that this should change. It's what it is. Boom. We can say it's completely hopeless, a total loss. It's nothing for me. Or we can say,
what's wrong? What's wrong with trying to change things?
There is a permanent resistance, a permanent no. This must be like it's a no, 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 no. It should be different.
But that's not true, is it? Because you went for your job interview, and congratulations,
Thanks,
by the way.
sweetheart. Thanks, sweetheart.
So you went to the job interview. You went through a process. You got the job. There was doing. There was stuff you needed to know about what was happening. All of that was happening, right? And if something isn't right, then you'll want to change it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Like, for example, having a flu, naturally so trying to help the body. to
Well,
get
there's
to
nothing you
spit
can
it
do
out.
about that, right? Yeah,
Oh,
you got the flu. It happens, right?
yeah,
So yes. But then you might think, well, how do I make myself feel better? So I'll go and take some pills or whatever.
just stay at home maybe.
The doing doesn't stop. The doing doesn't stop. You know
No, no.
the.
But it was not about the doing. It
But at the
we
same time, Rosa,
the
no. But at the
teaching was
same time, you see, look, what I hear all the time is that people say, look, there is no doer. And I totally agree. Ultimately, there is no doer. I cannot find a doer. When something happens, when I think something or I do something, whatever it is, there is no doer. It's just happening spontaneously.
yeah,
But at the same time, there is a doer on the personal side. The other side of the coin, people often speak about one side of the coin because they've taken on this conviction, this non duality belief system, or BS, as I call it, this non duality belief system. And then you know what? My theory is this. Okay, people are aware that they're suffering. Nobody likes to suffer. So everybody is trying to avoid suffering.
to
So
get
I'm
rid
sure
of
that a
suffering.
lot of people got into non-duality, sort of pick up these ideas that there's no self, no personal
It's
self.
simply
There's no
another avoiding
so
strategy.
they try so they try and erase it because they think, well, if I erase the personal, I'm going to get rid of the
Totally,
suffering, which I don't want.
totally,
Yeah.
totally,
So
sweetheart. It's just another
this just
coping
becomes a mental
mechanism.
construct. Becomes a
It just
mental construct.
yeah, it's just the need. It's neediness. It's great, huge neediness to
There's a
find
neediness. That's a
relief.
good word. Yeah,
Totally
neediness. Yeah,
to find a relief in this so-called non-duality world. Wow, wow,
yeah.
this is new. There is no one. Yeah. And this is in a way this bypassing thing, which is it already? Of course it is. There is no escape. This is the no escape part, which I love. This is the there is only a trap. There is no one who is trapped. There is just a trap. And 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 this I wanted to point out, well, there I simply saw that it's hopeless. It's always what is. I'm not going to escape it, no matter what. And then there is a natural giving up, effortlessly so naturally, automatically. And whether I like this or not, it's what is.
But that yes, but that doesn't stop you from doing things.
But it was always,
You're
I have
saying,
no
look,
fucking clue. I have, Tony, I
you're
have no
saying it's
fucking clue what my
hopeless.
next thought is going to be.
Well,
I,
nor do I, nor do
yeah.
I.
And this
But I
is
wouldn't
like
use
boom,
the.
boom,
But
boom,
I
boom,
yes,
boom.
okay. Now this is interesting. Actually, this is interesting. I have no idea what I'm going to think next or what I'm going to
Yeah,
do. I have no idea. It's just coming from nowhere.
yeah,
But I wouldn't use the word hopeless.
yeah,
I wouldn't
beautiful.
say that's. I wouldn't say that's hopeless
Yeah.
because
What would you say? What would you say?
well, what I would say is, and of course, you know, as soon as you put this, as soon as you express this as a mental concept, you see, you're going to hit a brick wall because this is kind of beyond logic, really. What I would say is the only way I could say it is that there is both doership and non-doership existing without separation or difference. That's the only way I can think of saying it. I might also say that about the world. I might say it's both real and unreal. I would never say the world is a dream. A lot of people say that the world is a dream. No, I would never
Yeah,
say that. I would say
I
that
wouldn't
it's
say that.
dreamlike. I would say it's dreamlike. Sometimes it's very, very dreamlike. Um, but
Like
if I
now,
was
sweetheart.
full,
Like now.
especially now when I'm talking to you, but
It's exactly as if we are dreaming. There is no difference. For me, there is no difference in
well,
dreaming
yeah,
and
but
now.
well, I would say that because what's happening now is, you know, if you leave your keys on the table and then you come back 5 hours later, they'll still be there. there is a stability and a continuity about the waking state. But in a dream, dream is crazy. It's all over the place, right? You know,
Yeah,
one minute you're Superman, you're flying, the next minute, no, I mean, there's no coherence to it. But in this waking state, in this so-called waking state, there does seem to be
more.
cause and
Yeah,
effect.
yeah,
If
yeah,
there does seem to
yeah.
be a continuity there. But for me, it's very dreamlike. It can be very dreamlike for sure. Very kind of ephemeral,
Like also,
just
here, those
fleeting.
coincidences. Like no, no, like maybe you've experienced also like you were thinking about someone and he's calling, or you have a déjà vu, and then you really see like, wow, this is amazing, this is kind of a movie, like, it's just really like a movie. Or things get very intense, a lot of things are coming together and
Yeah,
you're like, oh my
yeah.
gosh, I can't believe it, what is this?
There is a yeah. So there's a spontaneity
Yeah.
about it, which is just it's just things are appearing
Or
and
it's
disappearing.
amazing,
But
or
but
it's
but but
amazing how
within
the
that,
perfect timing. I'm just always stunned by the perfect timing of life, how it's timed, like to I don't
yeah.
know, I'm on and on and on and on, stunned by the timing, whatever this means, the timeless timing of life, the perfection in now also the both of us chatting here.
Well,
It's
yeah, well,
it's just
that's
like,
interesting when you talk about that because very often I've been struck by the fact that something just kind of works out. It doesn't go wrong. It's just
yeah.
there's a kind of support, a kind of nature support,
So,
you could
so here,
call it.
a friend of mine calls it intelligence. And
Yes,
for me,
intelligence. That's
like putting everything so brilliant in order, like that this is kind of functioning like this.
it's a cosmic intelligence.
And for me, it's just like a total chaos and booming perfection. Like, and everything is already in place.
Hmm.
It's just stunning. You know what I mean? And this is
Yeah,
the
because
sense I have of wow, wow.
so I would describe it as an ease, a complete ease of being, just an ease, a relaxed a relaxed state of just being in the kind of flow, if you like, or
Yeah, but let me go now back into my 2 days of working in the new job, like the
oh yeah,
promontory work. It was, I would lie if I say it was an ease. I already felt the cold in the body, and it was kind of
yeah,
very, very straight, concentrating, getting the new system, how it works, this, checking out. It was like the body. I also noticed the muscles in the leg were kind of
sure,
stiffening,
yeah,
and
yeah.
this wasn't like easy going, but it was in there was no second thought. There was
So it
just
wasn't perfection. It wasn't
it was
perfection then.
no full on
Boom! It
perfection.
wasn't perfection.
Total perfection. There
That's
is
a
simply,
perfect cough you've got there.
yeah, yeah, of course. And this is the no escape part. This is just the no escape part.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I go along with that, but uh, I would just say that
Yeah, this is what I
even if
was
there
saying.
are even if there are unwanted or undesirable situations, because that's still going to happen,
Yeah, yeah.
there is still behind it this kind of
Ease.
spaciousness, behind it, which is not changing, which is the kind of impersonal.
Yeah, but this is nothing that I can go to because I don't like it now. Now maybe the flu or
No, no,
something
yeah,
shitty
sure.
happens.
You
It's
can't
not
go
like, oh,
to it
oh, oh, I
because
don't, like going back,
yeah,
like the
you
teachings
can't go
are.
to it because you're here already. No, it's here
Y-
already. There's nowhere to go.
Yeah, but this is exactly what I wanted to say. The teaching I had
Mm,
first, like
mm.
with a teacher, it was exactly like trying to be as aware as possible from moment to moment. Just check what's happening. What is happening? And then
Yeah.
on and on trying not to resist it, not to resist it, in a way to say yes to life. Because it
Yeah,
is already, this was the praxis. This
I
was the
would, yeah, I
praxis.
would never, I mean, I would never teach something like that. I think that's just a complete waste of time. All that's doing is just maintaining the duality of the subject-object relationship. This is what people call mindfulness.
Yeah.
The mindfulness. So, you have this idea about mindfulness where you're supposed to focus on, you know, the every
No,
detail about something, and like
just to be aware of
making
everything you're
tea.
doing.
Yes, yes, it's being, but that's not mindfulness in my book. I made a video about this actually on my YouTube channel.
Oh, sweetheart, you have a
Mindfulness.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, I got a few
Okay.
videos on there.
Okay,
But there's
cool.
what I explained is that real mindfulness is being mindful of awareness, not being mindful of objects. So this whole thing about Zen walking, I once went to this meeting once, and they were doing this Zen walking. So they were walking like
Mindful
from one
walking.
side, and they're like every step. I'm thinking, if you think too much about walking, you're going to fall over because when you walk normally, you just walk, right? You don't think about walking. You don't think, oh, my right foot is moving forward now, and then I've got to. If you do that, you're going to become uncoordinated. So this is not mindfulness, as far as I'm concerned. This is just preserving duality. It's nothing to do with non-duality. So what you have to do is you have to transcend the mind, get to that point before mind. That's what real mindfulness is. It's mindfulness of awareness. So it's touching on that awareness. Now, you might say, well, who's doing that? Because that sounds like a duality as well, right? It sounds like there's someone who's aware of awareness. But hey, what the hell? That's just the way it is. What can I say? That's just what it is.
Not even.
No, I would never use that phrase. If look, I want to be
That's
absolutely
why
clear
I'm
about
here.
something. This,
Tony,
I
that's why
don't,
I'm here. Because you
yes,
would
you're here to
never,
immediately negate it, to
you
immediately negate what you just said.
come
Why would you
again.
want to
What?
do that? Well,
What?
what you're saying is you're saying there's this and not even. So you're making
Yeah.
a statement, a positive statement, but then you're immediately negating it by saying
Oh,
and not even.
totally. 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 I just love destroying everything. Everything. Like Tony is building up a beautiful bubble of peace, of this underlying peace. And here's always like the boom destroying all those beautiful ideas that there can be such a thing like peace. What is peace? What is
I
this?
can't tell you. I can't tell you. I'm sure you know what it is, but I can't tell you. I mean, how how
There
could
is
I?
no peace.
What
There
is
is
what is
no
red?
peace.
What is blue?
Okay, sweetheart, but yeah, yeah. But here with your YouTube channel, this is cool. So Tony, how is it called? The channel, Tony Daniel's channel.
Oh yes, it's called just that.
Just
Just that. Yeah, there's only a few.
no,
Yes. No, no,
no,
no, no,
you're
no. It's called
kidding.
no, no,
You're
no. It's
kidding.
called no. It's called Tony Daniels, not just that. That
It's called Tony Daniels. Okay, cool. I will check it out. Tony, and is there something you want
what's the
to?
timing? What's the timing like?
What's the timing like? I would
The
say
timing
we
on this segment, part two, part two of
part
10,
two, part two. No, no, no. Part
part
two
two
of
of
sweetheart.
10.
I would just like ask you to tell me, is there something like when I say follow your highest excitement? What is this?
I have no idea
Is this maybe
because because I don't have any control over what I follow, right?
no, for example, here it was like connecting with you now today. This was my highest excitement. Small, I have small things always.
Okay.
Or for
It depends how
example,
you define. It depends how you define that, really, doesn't
yeah,
it?
or for example, I went out for a walk. I was happy to be fit enough, and I knew that there is at the end a restaurant. And
Hmm.
then this innocent, the
Oh, yeah,
idea
I
of
saw
the
the
restaurant,
photo, some cafe, right?
yeah, the idea of the restaurant was like, oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I remember they had a curry. So this was going like this. And then it was interesting to see, yeah, it's open. Oh, cool, let's go. And this was following my highest excitement, just to sit in there, to
Oh,
have this
okay,
hot
okay.
curry.
Yes,
You see,
but you could say that that was just spontaneously happening, and you happened to enjoy it. I
yeah, and
mean,
it's
just
the whole
simply
time.
that,
It's
right?
always like
You
this.
just
It's always,
enjoyed it, right?
always like this, Tony. Things are so spontaneous, and I'm always happy to enjoy it. Even
Well, yeah, what I would say is that for me, it would be impossible for me to be bored
yeah,
because the most ordinary, mundane thing for me is always kind of fresh in the
like
moment.
freshly going to the toilet. Boom.
Well, anything really, but I'm saying that it would be impossible for me to be
Yeah,
bored because there is just this kind of well, I mean, I would put it like that. I would say there's a kind of freshness in every
yeah,
moment, you know,
yeah. I'm
which is
with you.
it's new, it's brand new.
I'm with you.
Even the most you know, the ordinary thing. I'm not
Yeah,
talking about exciting
yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Um, because there's a sort of an equanimity, I think, of mind there,
Absolutely,
which
sweetheart Tony. I just
there's no roller coaster for me. I'm there's no roller coaster happening here.
I just wanted to give you the feedback that when you first popped up on Xander Lynch and Xander Sweetheart, mwah, um, let's go also have a triple with Xander. I would love to. This would be cool.
Yeah, I was being intentionally naughty and mischievous at that first meeting,
And
and I
no,
thought
it was
after that, I thought after that, oh, Rosa's never going to be a friend. She's never because
no, no,
I
no,
came in really quite hard on that. It
no.
was great fun, but it was
I in a way loved it. And but here is because I love interacting with people. And here, I never see something wrong with someone. So everyone can boom out the way she wants. This is the beauty. This is the individuality.
so. What were you going to suggest? What were you saying about Sander?
I said it already. So he was also
Oh,
the first
sorry,
to do a
I
triple.
didn't.
But what I wanted to say is
Oh, I see. Yes, yes.
when I first met you, sweetheart, this was very booming. I loved it. And I could see the resistance, like to, how you played out. And it was simply interesting for me to check what was the point. And I
I
saw
think
that
there
there
was
is no
something that
point.
was interesting for me. There was a kind of aversion from you to anything that had the smell of teaching about it.
Yeah,
Because you had
yeah.
a, and I, so when you did that, I thought, oh yes, this is interesting because there was a kind of resistance to anything that sounded remotely like it could be some kind of teaching. And I thought, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting.
I understand what you
And
mean. Yeah.
but then knowing about your journey, about you're going to some teachers and that kind of thing, and then perhaps becoming disillusioned with them, then I think
M-
that's explained, isn't
Maybe
it, by
also
that?
this was still back then to this first meeting where you popped up, you showed up. There was still the idea running that this is about something, and this simply collapsed. So here is simply that there is you
Mm.
cannot go right or wrong anymore. Of course, when you start to just blah blah. But okay, sweetheart, I just wanted to say that in a way it's quite interesting, booming and refreshing the way you're very authentic, very direct. I love this. I love people being completely themselves, whatever this means. And here is an appreciation because it's very familiar. It's I can oh I say I can only be myself. There is no escaping
Yeah,
this.
I understand that. Yeah, I
And
understand
this is
that.
the most honest and the
Mm.
most natural way. And even faking this or pretending to be like this is, of course, also honest. It's innocent. Everything is already
Yeah, but
innocent.
I get the sense that, you are speaking very authentically um, about your experience. Except you do realize, of course, if you post this, Sandra is going to be messaging me tomorrow.
What do you mean messaging you?
Oh, he'll look at it and then he'll message me, and he'll have
Yeah,
something to say about our
yeah, of
conversation.
course.
He will. He'll
So,
be he'll be on Messenger tomorrow. Oh, I just saw the video. Right. Hmm.
sweetheart, I will post it and I will enjoy posting it. Do you want to give me the title?
Oh, oh no, I don't. I can't think of anything. I
You
can't
can't
think
think
of
of anything.
anything.
Oh, sweet.
Yes, I can.
Come on.
Be as you are.
I be as you fucking are.
Well, we can take the fucking out, but I mean, be as you are.
I love those words. That there is a power behind it. And
Mm,
no, I like it. Beautiful, sweetheart.
mm.
I guess this is in a way what is connecting us. We simply are. It's very
Yes,
simple. We
it's
simply
yeah.
are.
Because as I said to you, I was thinking a few days ago. Oh, it would be nice to have a one-to-one with Rosa. And then here we go.
Here we go,
It's happened.
sweetheart. Here
It's
we go.
happened. It's magical. It's
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 boom. It's
alive.
boom.
It's boom.
Totally. Tony, I want to thank you for the
Mm,
time. And
thank
this is
you.
kind of, in a way, entertaining myself.
It's
Uh,
always entertaining.
it's
Yes.
yeah, it's very obvious, I would say, that there is no separation. Uh, I just don't feel that there is a separation. There is just this
Mhm.
beautiful conversation and a joy. Yeah, entertainment, celebration. With Tony Guri would go, Tony Sweetheart would go with this is full on celebration. Life is celebrating itself. And
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
yeah. And this is maybe what I love. This is the juice.
Full on.
And not even, sweetheart.
Oh no!
So
Okay.
big hugs, and we simply stay in touch.
Yeah, we'll do this again. And oh yes,
Oh,
well, if you have
definitely.
this idea of doing a three with
Yeah, with Xander. We will
Sander,
do it.
yeah,
We will do it,
whatever.
sweetheart.
Yes, we'll
I
do
wish
it.
you. Are you going to bed now or?
Yeah, it's 12:30. Yeah, I
Oh my
suppose I'll be heading
gosh.
that. Yeah, yeah, but this is much more civilized than your normal 2 o'clock in the morning. But
That's true.
because I'm always up at this time, so that's
Okay,
never a
okay,
problem.
okay. So,
I'm not going to watch this, by the way.
oh, you never know. How can you know? I would just boom it
I'm
out and
not
let's
going to
see.
watch
Let's
this.
see. Let's see. Let's see, sweetheart. So, mwah, much
Absolutely.
love.
Okay, Rosa. Listen. I hope you have a quick recovery.
Thank you,
You sound
sweetheart.
like you're on the mend. You sound like you're getting a bit better now.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
Sweetheart,
It
thank
is
you.
what it is what it is.
It's what it is. Mwah, love ya. Bye bye.
Okay, Rosa. See you again soon, huh?
See ya.